go pick where we're eating. Let's go pick where we're eating. Outside or your bedroom. Bedroom today. So I know this isn't the best, this is the empty one, the best stuff, but I use the Myers Clean Day, the Miss Myers. This is in the basil scent. I know it's not the best, but hey, if it's a good smelling cleaner that gets me excited about cleaning, why not? Any of you have, you can't really see it, but it's like a rust stain on the cabinets. If you guys have any tricks to get that stain out, please let me know, because I have lots of stain. I don't know what kind of countertop this is, but if you have any tips on how to get stains out of it, because I got lots of stains. I already told my husband when we finish our big home edition and we move to phase 2, which is the kitchen renovation and like expansion, I'm thinking cement countertops, like stained cement countertops, because I'm done with light colored stuff. Hey y'all, it's the next day. I'm going to feed my sourdough dumble dough. You can get dehydrated dumble dough on my Etsy shop. I have a link below. It's like a 30-plus-year-old starter. And basically, I dropped this on the floor, and so it all came out. Luckily, this did not break. But this is how much starter I have after 2 weeks of, I did the rehydration process. And y'all, I don't discard often, to be complete honest, and now I'm at the point I don't even measure with how much I put in here. Really, it's just I eyeball it, like, yeah, that looks like enough food, because I'm trying to build it back up so I can start, doing more sourdough stuff and also dehydrating some more. So, but all the ducklings are hatched. Unfortunately, we had one pass away. I did not think he was going to make it. That's kind of why I stopped filming yesterday, because I had to help 3 hatch because some of them got shrink wrapped. I don't know, because it was kind of a weird situation. I've been having this terrible luck of not all my ducklings hatching kind of all at the same time, and I know that like that happens, but the like remainder of the eggs start hatching when the rest of the ducklings are due to be taken out. So sometimes we get a little bit of problems kind of at the end, but luckily I know how to help, and especially I know how to help shrink wrapped. But there was this one, he was just so shrink wrapped and weak, and I couldn't really do anything for him, unfortunately. But I buried him in my garden underneath the sunflowers. It's the least I could do. And I cleaned my incubator this morning, put the other ones out with the rest of the ducklings. Everybody's doing great. But yeah, so I'm thinking I'm gonna probably mix up some sourdough, and I kind of want to try my hand at making like a focaccia sometime. So I might make a double batch of dough and use the other half for that. Just something a little different. I'm just gonna sit you over here. Excuse the mess. I got like my Etsy ship station stuff, and then all this was piled back there because that was where my incubator was. But yeah, I'm gonna try to start posting like once or twice a week. I aim for twice, fingers crossed. But basically I'm gonna be kind of making some changes because it seems like the only thing that does well for me is like farm stand content, and to be honest, my farm stand is not doing well. Honestly, it's costing me more money than making, because we now have a mini fridge out there, and so it's costing more money than it's bringing in. The last 2 months I made $31, and so I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, especially going into the winter time. Well, we're not even in fall yet. I get easily frustrated with things, and I'm trying to like take a step back and not like jump into, oh, I'm done with the farm stand type of deal. I don't want to jump into that, because you know it does help support people in my area and stuff like that, and it does bring a little bit of money in. It brings more money in when I do bake sales, but since it's been so hot, I haven't been able to do a bake sale. I kind of just want to make a change. Like, obviously we're still homesteading, we still have a little farm, you know, we got, I mean, from last you guys seen, we have many new additions. We have, you know, you saw the duck ginger reveal. We have 2 bottle babies, but they're now weaned little bottle kids. And you know, I have a story, and it's going to be kind of a testimony that I'm going to be posting probably next after this. I had a very bad fall off of Vegas. It shook me to my core, and to be honest, I could have easily gotten killed. And it really woke me up faith-wise, and I feel like it's an important thing, because there's a lot of, I always say there's no such thing as a coincidence when it comes to God. So it's an interesting story. It's actually kind of funny. Even though, like, you know, luckily I did not get hurt. I had a little bit of whiplash, that's it. And you know, it could have been really bad, but I want to be more forward with my faith, and you know, posting what I want. And you know, if that's a clean with me video or a home decoration video, that's what it's gonna be. And you know, I want to continue posting like farm homestead content and stuff like that, but right now it's kind of slow because it's so hot. We're really not doing much outside. Basically the bare minimum. And like, you know, in the fall I want to post my recipes. I'm going to be starting a blog up again to post my recipes. You know, I'm trying to get my Etsy shop going. If you see that hoodie that I've been wearing, the Chaos Orman, that's on my Etsy if you want to go check it out. I have a bunch of different shirts, and I just recently had a new drop. And also, I don't know how long it's going to last, but I have a sale going for like 25% off. If you use the code SUMMER, you can, like SUMMER, you can get percentage off everything on the store, which is like my dehydrated sourdough starter, which that comes with how to rehydrate, how to feed it, so like bulk feeding like what I just did, so you never have to buy from me again and you can sell it for yourself. And my Sumner Acre sourdough loaf, and then like shirts, you know, beaded pins and stuff like that. And I'm just trying to, you know, support our farm with it how I can. And then eventually when the ducks start laying, we will be getting and testing eggs and getting NPIP certified to become breeders for the Ancona duck. Because basically they're on the watch list for being endangered, and they're an amazing duck. They are the ultimate homestead duck, in my opinion. They're very high layers, they lay for a long period of time, and they are a meat bird. And I've never had duck before, but I'm not gonna say I'm excited to try because I love my ducks, but you know, any males that we get out of this hatch will probably go to the freezer. But yeah, I'm excited to start creating on YouTube again. I've been mainly on TikTok and Instagram. I finally hit over 6K on TikTok, and well, I hit 3,000 on Instagram, but I ticked a lot of people off because, you know, I'm a Christian and they unfollowed me. So it's whatever. I don't care. If you don't like me because you're a Christian, because I'm a Christian, goodbye. Because I'm not going to hide my faith. But yeah, so stay tuned for lots of videos. I'm going to try to be my best, like with being consistent. So I'm hoping at least Thursdays and probably Sundays videos. So I have like the first half of the week to film things and then edit. I can normally edit a video pretty quickly, but yeah, so fingers crossed Thursdays and Sundays, but for sure Thursdays. And you know, we can move on from there. If I can be consistent, my goal would be 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, or something like that. But yeah, so I am probably gonna end this little vlog thing here, and I'll probably go ahead and start another vlog of, you know, making my sourdough. I gotta film my little testimony deal. But yeah, I hope you guys subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope whoever's here, all 400 of you, stick around and leave some video ideas below. Like if you guys have any requests or you have any questions or anything like that, let me know. And if you have any recipe requests, let me know, because even if it's something I've never made before, I would gladly test it out and, you know, write a recipe for you. So all right, I'm gonna go now because I'm hungry and I think I need to make breakfast, and you know, I really should get back to work, unfortunately. All right guys, make sure to follow me on all social medias. They're all linked below. Go check out the link tree. It has lots of fun links. Check out my Amazon storefront, and most importantly my Etsy. All right, bye guys.